Hello everyone, hope you're all having a lovely day today. Happy 4th of July to those of you who celebrated yesterday. Today I wanted to talk about basically this feeling of when you feel like you are just the absolute worst, when you feel like, why is God still giving me another chance? I feel like I've almost sinned too much. Essentially, when you feel like, why isn't God just done with me yet? In the 2 years that I've been here on YouTube, I have gotten so many messages from people. Actually, I think most people that have written me in like the span of these 2 years have said at some point that they feel like they are just the worst person that they know, the worst sinner that they know, and they're like, why is God still giving me another chance? Essentially, like, why hasn't God just thrown up his hands and been like, I'm done? And I myself have definitely been in that state of mind many times before where I'm just like, I'll like say something or I'll do something and I'll be like, dang it, like, why am I still, God, I'm like, so sorry. I don't know why you keep like still giving me a chance. I think something that can give us all some comfort when we have these thoughts, or when we're in that kind of state of mind, is remembering what Paul said. Some of the things that went through Paul's mind. Paul called himself the chief of sinners. He said what he wills to do, that is which he doesn't, and that which he doesn't want to do, that's what he does. He said, who can save me from this body of death? In my flesh dwells no good thing. And I think this is something that we can all not only relate to, but also kind of realize when he says, in my flesh dwells no good thing, obviously that applies to us as well because we're fallen human beings. I think we all sometimes need to remind ourselves that the whole point of our faith is that we're not perfect. That's literally why Jesus had to come and die for us. His life, death, burial, and resurrection alone paid for our salvation. And the whole point of that was because we are not capable of achieving perfection or good works in our own flesh. Are we forgetting our righteousness is as filthy rags? So why on earth do people think that repenting of sins or doing good works or not sinning is going to like save them? I don't know. Anyway, coming back full circle, if you're having these thoughts or feeling as if, why hasn't God given up on you? God does not give up on his children. Our spiritual growth and our walk with God is something that not only takes time, but that is something that we are going to be perfecting and trying to work better at over the long haul. Salvation is the one-time event. Once we're saved, eternally done. But our spiritual walk after we are saved, that takes literally our whole entire lives. And we're never going to reach like perfection before we die and are given a new glorified body. Now, if you're someone who feels as though, like I said, why can't, is God not going to be able to use me because I'm too broken? Or God's probably not going to give me any more chances to serve him. I actually saw a brother in Christ post yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. But it's this, oh my gosh, it's not a meme. It's I guess, picture that I actually made my own version of a while back too. That's, the whole, Rahab was a prostitute. David was a murderer, an adulterer, basically listing every like main character in the Bible and like what they had going on. Martha was a worrier. And I think that sometimes when we mess up, it's, obviously, we should always try our best to, avoid sin, to walk in righteousness. But I think that sometimes when we do mess up, I almost feel like sometimes, and this is just my thoughts, I almost feel like it's kind of a reminder that we can't, why we need Christ and why we need the cross, because we are so incapable in our own flesh. So regardless, if you're someone who is struggling with whatever it may be, it does not mean that God can't use you. It does not mean that God has given up on you. God doesn't just throw his hands up in the air with his kids and say, nope, you're finished. So anyway, I really hope this helps whoever needed to hear this. As always, if you guys ever have any comments, questions, or concerns, do not hesitate to leave me a comment down below or shoot me an email. Also, I have an Instagram for this channel where I give updates and sometimes post little artsy Bible verses, which I really haven't done in a while, but sometimes those do happen, and that will be down here if you want to follow that. And as always, have a lovely rest of your day, and God bless.